Right, I'm going to make some pancakes today. I'm going to make crepe pancakes, the small thin ones. I'm not going to make very many because I think I've only got one egg, so it's not going to be a great amount. But obviously you can just multiply the sort of quantities up. I'm not really going to measure anything either. Just take a kind of a knob of butter. Maybe a wee bit more than that. Just get that melting. So I'm not going to measure anything. What I'll do is I'll put all the wet ingredients together, which is just eggs and milk basically. Just one egg, a splash of milk. And some caster sugar. I'm not quite sure how much, just kind of looking at the amount of liquid you've got. You can kind of taste it once it's all together. Probably only going to make about 4 or 5 pancakes with this. Should probably sift the flour, but it doesn't really matter. Just turn that off for a second. So just melt the butter. And then add that in as well. Should have added that before the flour actually, but. And just kind of scrape it off, but leave some of the butter in the pan for rather than adding extra oil. Thickness of kind of double cream. I actually quite like the thick pancakes, but what I find is if you make it like this, if you make thick pancakes with this method, just with milk, they tend to be a bit chewy. They're not the nicest, whereas if you use buttermilk or yogurt, they're a lot better. So let's just put it back on. And that should be it. So kind of good double cream thickness. So I think the way it kind of works is the first one never usually comes out very good. because you're not sure of the temperatures and stuff. But it's up. Well, we'll turn it down to 5, but that'll probably turn down a bit over time, down to about 3ish. Just take a wee bit off it. So put it to one side. Kind of swish it around. I'm not very good at getting circles, but coming in for a bite. And that's basically it. Actually use that to clean the bolt. This is a non-stick pan, but it's kind of knackered. You can see the non-stickness has come, the Teflon stuff has come off, but it still works. You can see the silvery there. Teflon's come off a bit. It's the same on the base, but it still works okay. It's good enough for this. I use self-raising flour because it's all I've got, but really you'd want plain flour because they're thin, but these puff up a wee bit, but it's within, it doesn't really matter. It's fine. So turn that down to 4, so that's pretty high. You do want it quite hot, you want them to cook fairly quickly, because they're so thin, you know, they don't need like cooking right through the middle. I'm just going to stack them up in the plate. That's all there is to it. If you had lots to do, you can. I think you put the least attractive side to the top, because then when you put your filling on it and then you roll it up, and it looks nice. Saw that on a video. So because we put the melted butter through the mixture, I'm not going to add any more to the pan. Being a bit stingy because I haven't got much mixture. It's not a very good circle, but yeah, so I'm only going to get a few. I'm only going to get like 4, maybe 5 at the most, but I'm down, turning that a bit too soon. You sort of start seeing bubbles on top, and you know it's cooked. It's at number 4 of 6, so it's pretty hot. Yeah, it's pretty much just standing about waiting for that. So that's all there is to it. So I'm just going to finish these off, try and get a better circle out of it. But yeah, that's basically it. That's basically your crepe. All I'll do is I'll serve that. I'll maybe sprinkle some sugar on it. So I just left the sugar out. Sprinkle some sugar on it. So a few drops of lemon juice and some butter, or obviously anything. Your jam and chocolate sauce around. I don't really have much of anything at the moment. So I was just going to butter it and put quite high, that, so I'll turn it down to 3 now. Not the best shapes in the world. Yeah, you really need like 2 eggs, minimum of 2 eggs really to make it worthwhile. So that's basically 4 pancakes from 1 egg. But that's all I've got, so I'll work with what I've got. And then all I'll do is I'll just scrape that out, create one more. And that's it, so they're nice and thin and they'll roll up nicely. Sugar, lemon, butter, jam, chocolate spread. I might actually use some, in fact I might use some, I might pop some syrup on it. Rather than sugar, syrup, and a wee drop of lemon and some butter. But that's basically it. That's your basic idea for doing some crepes, and I'm just going to continue on and finish these last 2 off. That's done.